Several years ago, my wife and I were privileged to lead a pilgrimage to Lourdes, to that special place of healing, the place where the Blessed Mother appeared to Saint Bernadette, and the flowing waters have created healing for decades ever since. And I read a story about a priest who also led a pilgrimage, and he took several of his friends to Lourdes as well, to that special place in France. And while he was there for a foot washing ritual or a foot washing ceremony and a bathing ceremony there in the pool at Lourdes. And as he was there, he noticed a man who was brought forward who had no legs. His legs had been amputated. And he watched as a woman washed that man's stumps and poured the healing waters of Lourdes over the man's body. The next day, the priest ran into the gentleman who had had his legs amputated, who was being pushed in a wheelchair by his brother. And the priest pulled the brother aside and said, I'm really proud of you for bringing your brother here to Lourdes for the healing that occurs in these waters. And the brother said, oh, no, you don't understand. He said, my brother was maimed by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan. And he's already forgiven. He's already been healed. He brought me. I'm the one who's struggling to forgive. I can't forgive the people who did this to him. Sometimes it's easier for us to forgive the people that hurt us than the people who hurt the ones we love, isn't it? And oftentimes that can linger with you in your fourth quarter as you think about the people who damaged your spouse, or the people who harmed your children, or the people who hurt somebody else in your life who really matters to you. And to learn from the power of the young man who had his legs amputated because of what happened in Afghanistan. The power of healing and forgiveness in his life that he's trying to give to his brother, whose physical body is whole, but whose soul is still maimed. If you're struggling to forgive, as you move into your fourth quarter, and that fourth key to living and dying with no regrets, forgive often, is a struggle for you, learn this lesson from the wounded warrior and from his brother. Hang around people who are good forgivers. Breathe the air they breathe. Inhale the spiritual grace that they exhale. And soon it will help you learn to become a forgiver just like they are. Forgiveness is contagious, just like bitterness is contagious. Hang around people who are good forgivers, and you may well, in fact, you will become one too.